Tonight, we travel all the way back to 2 months after I graduated from high school. SummerSlam 1995. This one sucks, but we're going to watch it together. There is a good match on this show. Shawn Michaels and Razor Ramon's ladder match is tremendous. But overall, this is probably one of the weakest SummerSlams of all time, and it's got a lot of history attached to it because just a few days later, about a week later, is when Nitro debuted. And Lex Luger, who made his final WWF TV appearance here at this show, showed up on that first Nitro and, of course, confronted Hulk Hogan. I thought about maybe postponing this until next week and doing like a Hulk Hogan-related watch-along tonight. But, you know, it's been 72 hours of nonstop Hogan content. You know, we've been talking about him a lot. His name is everywhere. He is the talk of the wrestling universe right now. And after Thursday's long video and yesterday's podcast kind of just detailing his life and legacy and career and all of that stuff and all the different types of emotions we're all managing, I thought today would be a nice break. You know, instead of doing a Hogan watch-along or something, I thought about pulling up one of his tapes or his anthology and we just watch a bunch of matches. But my brain needs a break from all of it because, you know, it's a lot to process. And wrestling lost its biggest star ever. And still dealing with that, reeling from it, the wrestling world is. So I thought tonight would be a nice break, you know, take a little breath of fresh air, hang out, watch an old pay-per-view that we can make fun of and discuss and talk about what it was like during these days. For those of you who were around, nearly 30 years ago, we are 29 years and 11 months to the day since this pay-per-view aired live. It was August 27th of 95, I believe, when this one aired, and it's nearly the 30th anniversary, so I thought this one would be very appropriate. So far, it's the only SummerSlam we did this year. We've done a lot of them anyway, but we still got to do 95, 96, and 97, so maybe after this year's SummerSlam, after next weekend, we'll regroup 2 weeks from now, do another one. So hopefully, you guys will not be bored to pieces tonight during SummerSlam 1995. I haven't watched this one in forever. I even went back there on my video shelf to grab the VHS tape like I normally do to set it here, and I can't find it. I must not have it. I thought I had all the SummerSlams. I got them all but this one. So I don't know why. Maybe I'll go on eBay later tonight, pick myself up a VHS copy. But I would have sworn I had it back there. It's not back there anywhere. Looked high and low. So I don't have the VHS tape handy with me. But you know, 95 was an interesting year in a lot of ways. So it'll be fun to talk about that as we go through here today. We Are Pro Wrestling says that this is the first SummerSlam on a Sunday. Everyone previously had been on a Monday. I don't know why I don't remember that because I ordered a lot of SummerSlams prior to this. I ordered 90, 93, 94. I don't remember those being on Mondays, but they must have. As a matter of fact, the SummerSlam 1990, I remember watching, and I remember having to start school the next day, which would make sense because, at least where I grew up, first day of school was never a Monday. It was always like midweek. So that would make sense, you know, that SummerSlam, in my head, I just thought I was watching it on a Sunday night. But I guess every other SummerSlam prior to this was on a Monday, which is weird, especially for, you know, 93 and 94, you know, that's Monday Night Raw night. So I'm kind of surprised that was the deal. But thanks for those awesome little tidbits there. As always, We Are Pro Wrestling. Thanks for being here, everyone. Thank you for a long weekend. Thanks to everyone who was here on Thursday for my Hogan rambling. We went live just about an hour after I learned of his death and just rambled for a while. Yesterday on the podcast was a little bit more detailed of a rundown of Hogan's legacy and career and my thoughts and opinions. So if you haven't checked out any of that yet, please do. Podcast is available right now, and we did that one yesterday. And now it's time for our Sunday watch-along. I'm excited for this one, even though it's a bad pay-per-view. I can't remember the last time I really went back and watched this one. I don't think I ordered it. I'm certain I didn't. I didn't order it on pay-per-view that year. I watched it scrambled because I remember the scrambled picture when they were talking about Luger showing up. So I didn't order this one, but I ordered 94 and 90 and 91, you know, and a few others. But this one, I don't think I bothered to order. Plus, I was 18, or about to be 18. I was a week away from turning 18, graduated high school. I was about 3 months away from moving out of my parents' house and moving out on my own and, you know, starting my life. So this is a strange time for me too. So it'll be fun to watch this one again. Let's do some quick shout outs real quick before we get going. You guys know the drill. Shoot your butts over to Peacock. You want to find SummerSlam Season 8, Episode 1. What's interesting about this is if you look at all the SummerSlams, this particular SummerSlam is the only one that's capitalized. They just left the caps lock button on for this particular SummerSlam. All the other ones don't have that, but Season 8, Episode 1 is what you're looking for here. SummerSlam 1995. The runtime, according to Peacock, is 2 hours, 41 minutes, and 27 seconds. All of you guys here in the chat know the drill. In just a few minutes, we will all click play together. Once we do that, that timer right below me will begin to run. That way, if you experience any interruptions over on Peacock or ads or anything like that, you can just sync back up with the timer, and that's how we do things here. Ads should be killed for this video, although I always want to double check that. Yeah, monetization is off for this, so you will not be bothered by any ads or interruptions, at least here on YouTube, but you may have those on Peacock, and that is what the timer is for. Good to see Melissa, Zane G, Tatanani, Garrett Osborne is here, Zach Powgett. Good to see you, my friend. We have George Morris chiming in with his token 5. Hey, Greg, how are you doing? How is Tito and Elizabeth? SummerSlam 95, 5 out of 10. We will be watching the worst main event match ever. What do you think? In the history of SummerSlams, it might be up there. Diesel and Mabel. I don't know what WWE was thinking in the summer of 95. Just weird time there. You know, WWE was starting to fall behind, you could tell. And it's a weird one. It's probably going to be one of the worst main events we've ever watched. Yes, Tito, of course, is doing great. He's laying right here. Let me tell you something about my awesome woman, Elizabeth. Guess where she is and where she's been for the past 2 days. She's up at Long Beach at the Warped Tour by herself, wandering around, millions of people watching. Like there's like 150 bands playing at that, and she's big fans of a couple of them. So she's up there by herself at this big music festival, you know, just with her backpack and her camera and her water, and she got a hotel room, and she's just up there having a blast by herself because she's a badass. This woman climbs mountains and shit, so I can't keep up. But she's there right now having a great time. She's been sending me pictures. It looks beautiful and fun and awesome. So Elizabeth is out of town for the weekend, and she's up there doing that. So she's doing great, and she's having a great old time. Mike Rouse, good to see you. Ray Frand is in the house as well. There is our friend We Are Pro Wrestling. I'm still blown away by that Monday thing. I knew some of them were on Mondays, you know, because Survivor Series used to be on Thursday, and I know, you know, there was a SummerSlam Monday here or there, but I didn't realize it was all of them. That's crazy. Thank you for the tidbit. And I consider myself pretty damn knowledgeable about 1990s WWE, but that's something I didn't know. DJG, Brandon McNeil, Shoot Studio 712, Jay Richter, Michael, Games, David Brown is in the house as well. We got Brandon Barnes, Ricky Zalvadar. Did I get you yet, DJG? It's Robert27 is here. We've got the Juliet. Happy classic watch-along day to you, my friend. Ramon Coffey is in the house as well, along with the Trek Reviewer. And got you. Daniel Clark. Don't think I got you yet. And Terry Allen Jr. is here with $2 for us. Thank you for that, Terry Allen Jr. Brian Zane review, Nitro first episode you saw. Brian Zane review, Nitro first episode you saw. Are you asking me if I've seen Brian Zane's review on the first episode Nitro? I have not, but I should check that out. I didn't know he did one. Brian does great work. He's a friend of ours. We've done a few videos with him before. He's been to my house. Love Wrestling with Regret. Big fans and supporters of that channel. And Brian does a wonderful job. So if he's got a first Nitro episode out there, I've yet to see it. Might be years old for all I know, but I will try to check it out because I'm sure it's a great review. James Krause, good to see you. Also, Ryan Adams has got $5 for us. I was less than a month old, you little tiny man, when this show happened. Turned 30 on Friday. Happy 30th, Ryan Adams. Man, you're on a roll. You're buying houses. You're turning 30. You're doing a hell of a lot more at 30 than I was doing. I'm 48. I still haven't bought a house yet. And I'm probably still 2 to 3 years away from doing that. We just got to get all the kids out. So Elizabeth and I can plunk ourselves down on a nice little piece of property somewhere. But that's awesome for you. Happy early birthday, because we might not talk to you on Friday. So happy early birthday to you, Ryan, and thanks as always for being here. I think that's pretty much it for the shout-outs. Any more that happens or comes through, we'll get to those as we start the pay-per-view, and I think we should do that now. By the way, thank you to everyone who was here last Sunday. We were going to do this pay-per-view last Sunday, but because of the hype surrounding TNA Slammiversary and the return of AJ Styles, we opted to do a watch-along of Slammiversary last week, and we did a better audience than we do for these. So maybe we'll do more Slammiversaries when Bound for Glory comes up, because apparently the Hardys and the Dudleys are going to face each other. So we will maybe be back for another TNA, but thank you to everyone who was here last week. for Slammiversary. That was an interesting experience watching my first TNA pay-per-view ever. So thanks again to everyone who was here for that. How about we watch SummerSlam 1995? You guys into that? Hopefully by now you've gotten your peacocks pulled up, you're ready to rock, and we're going to go ahead and hit play together. We're going to go 3, 2, 1, play. That is how we do it up in here. So hopefully you guys are all ready to rock. I got to get my countdown finger ready. Or I'm sorry, not my countdown, my timer finger ready. And my play button finger ready. Because I need 2 fingers. Did I say 2 fingers? Better make it 3. Anyone know the movie? All right, let's do it, guys. SummerSlam 1995. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, play. Boom. We've done it. For over 50 years, the revolutionary force in sports entertainment. Oh, it's Todd. I was like, who's doing the voice over here? It's Todd. This is the Toddster. I watched that Raw live when Davey turned heel, and I knew something was up. Because I was already hearing on the hotlines that Luger was going to WCW. I knew before he was in Nitro, that he showed up on Nitro, that he was leaving. It was out. And so when Davey turned heel on Nitro, on Raw, he said something on the mic like, Luger is in Atlanta. And I'm like, oh my God, he's going to WCW. And he did. So they broke up the Allied Powers, turned Davey heel. As a Bret Hart fan, I'm like, what is going on here? Bret Hart is facing a dentist when he was in the main event last year against Owen? What the fuck? Or one of the main events, I should say. Oh, I forgot about the casket match. I forgot about that. I remember how this match got made. It was supposed to be Shawn defending against Sid. And then Gorilla changed the match to a ladder match for no reason. He just wanted to be a fan-friendly president, so let's put these 2 friends together and have another ladder match from WrestleMania 10. And then they rebooked Shawn and Sid, I think for the Raw after the first Nitro. I didn't like the new SummerSlam theme song either. They used this for 95, 96, and 97, I believe. This particular theme, it sucked. The original was better. Why did they change it? Oh, they're in Pittsburgh. I never realized that SummerSlam 95 and King of the Ring 98 were in the same place. Pittsburgh is such a weird city for, like Cleveland, you know, they go to Cleveland and Pittsburgh for SummerSlams. I'm like, why are you not in like Florida or Southern California or somewhere with a fucking beach? Dean Douglas, good. We're going to get critiques. Take it away, Dean. Ugh.
Definition. Dean is an administrator in charge of counseling and disciplining his students. Tonight, for those of you, McMahon, who are intellectually impaired, I'm going to be conducting...
Yeah, Vince McMahon is definitely intellectually impaired. Look at the size of that control box you got out there. My God. Fucking 90s technology, man. All right. Oh, let me see if I can remember this. I think this is 1-2-3 Kid and Hakushi. I think. Or it's 1-2-3 Kid and Chris Candido. One or the other. I think it's Hakushi. It's crazy. Shawn, Razor, and Diesel all on the show. And they'd all be gone in like 9 months' time. 10 months' time. Yeah, it's Hakushi. Definitely Hakushi. Skip and Zip might not even have been there yet. When did they come in? Or no, Skip and Sonny, I mean, not Skip and Zip. I feel like it was around this time when they got there. They probably debuted right after this. It was like probably a September or October debut. I think. I don't remember. Oh, no, there's Skip right there. Hey, Skip! Yeah, I knew they had I knew because I knew Skip and Hakushi had some sort of thing together. And Horowitz wins yet another match. You knew WWE was in bad shape when they're giving wins to Barry Horowitz. Daniel Clark, I think 99 we've done. I think we've done 90 as well. I think we've done both. I think 95, 96, and 97 are the only ones we're missing. And then after that, I even think we've done 03. I think we've done 05. I don't think we've done 04. So we're kind of like out of SummerSlams because I'm not interested in any other ones. I don't give a shit about SummerSlam 06. We might have watched that one too, actually. or 07 or 08. I don't care about any of those years. Nothing on those SummerSlams happened that interested me at all. So, you know, unless they win a poll or something, or next year when we're just completely out of SummerSlams to do, we might do one of them, but I don't really care about that era. Anything from 2006 on, don't care. Well, this should be a spectacular match. They got that Stridex air blimp out there. Love those things. Could do some Sturgis PPVs. Yeah, I didn't like those either, though. I feel like we've watched one. We've watched at least one Hog Wild or Road Wild, didn't we? I think at most we've only done one of those. And we were like 3.5 years into these watch-alongs now, so it's like we've done like 150 of them. So we've done a lot of shows. When I first started, I was like, we've got an endless stream. We'll never run out of shows to do. But now we're getting to the point where we're running out of SummerSlams. We're running out of Manias, you know. Unless we start doing really recent ones. We're starting to run out of the good ones. Nice, nice. I mean, you got to do the best here. American and Japanese wrestlers, like, of all time. Just going at it. You talk about, like, wrestling IQ. Holy shit. Kid and Hakushi. Like, for 95, you know, there wasn't much to get excited about in 95, but... And these are two lower to mid-card wrestlers here, but, you know, this is a great match to open with. Nice double nip up. So good. I'm a massive fan of both of these guys. Bret famously always loved working with Hakushi. Always had great things to say about him. Had a couple of great matches, those two. I think it was Lawler. I forgot who said it. I think it was Lawler that said Hakushi. That's his grocery list. Painted on his chest. I have a bunch of family in Pittsburgh, and I've never been. I don't even think I've been to the Pittsburgh airport. I've been to Philly. I've been to Scranton, Pennsylvania, but never Pittsburgh. Shout out to Timmy White. Ramon Coffee, I've got memories of Gangsta's Paradise because that was right when I graduated high school. I had already been working for a couple of years, so I had some money, and I bought like a souped-up system for my car, like the big box subwoofers to go in the trunk, and I wired it with a disc changer and all that shit, right? And Gangsta's Paradise sounded so awesome in my car. In my 1994 Nissan Sentra with tinted windows and big bass woofers in my trunk, blasting Gangsta's Paradise on my CD player. It had one of them detachable faces. Remember those? And it was a good song. I was a big fan of Coolio. I wish you guys could have seen my souped-up Nissan. I didn't, like, have rims and shit, but I had tinted windows. And I had my high school tassel hanging in the rearview mirror like most graduates do. And I had Gangsta's Paradise blaring in my ride. In my little 4-cylinder Nissan Sentra that I ran into the ground. Drove that car to a lot of wrestling shows during the 90s. Met a lot of wrestlers driving in that car. And finally got rid of it in 2002. Or 2001. Or no, 2000. Yeah, I had it for like 2000. Bought myself a Pontiac Grand Am. Way faster of a car. Oh, I thought he was going up to the top. I'm like, Hakushi, you're too far away. He should open up a sushi restaurant called Hakushi Sushi. I'd eat there. Yeah, love California, love. He had an 8-track player? No. I had a disc changer. A multi-disc changer in that bad boy. I think it was 6. I think I could throw 6 CDs in there at a time. TLC was tearing up the charts with Waterfalls. Nice. Big Vader bomb. And 1, 2, 3 Kid here would just be a couple of months away from turning on Razor Ramon. Big backdrop to Kid. Jeez. He flew him. He's a panther-like individual. Oh, wow. I think that's the move Swerve does a lot. I'd like to see like 1994 1, 2, 3 Kid versus like modern day Darby Allin. Unbelievable. Vince. Oof. You know, you can appreciate Vince's commentary, but you can also be so fucking annoyed with it. Like, he sounds like such an idiot. What's gonna happen? Like, he's gonna jump off the top rope, Vince. Just fucking chill, bro. God, you gotta oversell everything. Like, every little fucking mannerism. You know, oh my God, unbelievable, he punched him. Jesus Christ, Vince. What a maneuver. Yeah, it's all the maneuvers. So many maneuvers. Wasn't until Jim Ross got there we finally started getting names for these maneuvers. No longer was it just what a maneuver. It was what a Hurricane Rana. What a drop toe hold. What a shooting star press. What an STF. What an Indian deathlock. All that shit that Vince has no idea about. JR came in to save the day. Another high risk. Big froggy. Frog splash, sort of. Frog splashes weren't a thing yet. If you look like a frog when you splash someone, it was just a splash. Wow, that's the finish. Just a nice counter. Planted him on the mat, pinned him. Polished off the 1-2-3 kid. The new webcam I bought a few months ago, it's got too much wobble to it, so sometimes it moves a little bit, drives me nuts. 1-2, he got him. No, he didn't, every time. It could be the first 5 seconds of the match. 1-2, he got him. Oh, no, he didn't. Like, the problem with Vince is he was just obnoxiously repetitive, you know? Like, his reaction to everything was the same, you know? Oh, those Vince-isms. He loved to say, shoot the half. Oh, my God. Any chance he got, shoots the half. Ugh. Drove me nuts. No live wire in 95. It was still WWF Mania. It would transition into live wire, I think, in 96. I watched the first episode.
What's the old saying? Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on you. But 3 times? What's your story, Big Daddy Fool?
Big Daddy Fool. I equal parts love Mabel and hate Mabel. Like, I just did not like this character. I didn't like that he was pushed. He just didn't do anything for me, but you gotta love the guy. I think maybe it was just because of the abrupt nature of his turn. You know, one day they were, whoop, there it is, men on a mission, and the next day, oh, you're a heel now, winning the King of the Ring, and it just didn't feel like we had any... I mean, they turned heel against the Guns, but I don't know, it was just... I feel like it was hard to make a credible, unbeatable giant when he's wearing a parachute for clothes, you know? Like, the men on a mission thing were so cartoony and stuff, you know? Whoop, there it is was never over. That song was, I remember when it came out, it was universally made fun of. But Vince thought it was like a hot pop culture song, so let's use it. I'm like, people hated that song, at least in my universe. I never remember people saying, oh, whoop, there it is, what a great song. It was like, this is the dumbest fucking song I've ever heard. And they made that like their catchphrase, and then all of a sudden he's like King Mabel, and you know, you think about other 500-pounders like Andre and stuff, and it wasn't doing it for me, you know? I'm not opposed in trying to make a giant. Vince loves giants, but something wasn't connecting with Mabel. But looking back at his work, you know, I loved him on the mic. He said some funny things sometimes. And WWE gave him multiple chances. You know, he came back a few times, and he was back as Viscera, then Big Daddy V, and he'd eventually wear the singlet and all those tattoos exposed and stuff, you know, so. I'm sorry. Are we getting a Triple H and Spark Plug Holly match on PPV, on a Big 4 PPV? This isn't In Your House or something? This isn't Monday Night Raw airing on a delayed time after the dog show on a Tuesday night at 11 p.m.? That's where this match belongs. Not at SummerSlam. But in 1995, you had a thin roster. But this is basically just a showing of Triple H. He had just come in, literally, he'd just gotten there. So this is just a match to give Hunter Hearst Helmsley to win, to get the WWE fans used to him. Get away. He's very much like Paul Levesque here, Jean-Paul Levesque. Even in WCW, I think he had that, like, he's got that ribbon or whatever that is in his ponytail. He did that in WCW too. Kentucky Fried Quail. I'd try it. Hell yeah. I'd try Kentucky Fried Quail. Squab. Vince, you don't know what squab is? I still think his name should be Thurman Sparky Plug. Thurman. What was the criteria to be like in marketing or creative back in these days? Thurman Sparky Plug. That's brilliant. Like even in 95, you got to know that's lame as all fuck. That was a nice arm drag. Oh yeah, that's what you get, Bobby Holly. Ben, this Triple H, you mean the Hunter Hearst Helmsley gimmick, was all the way until DX formed. He was pretty much Hunter Hearst Helmsley in some form all the way up until he started teaming with Shawn. He changed up his look a little bit, you know, his robes would change here or there, but he was still like the American snob. All the way up, even kind of still doing the accent all the way up until the first time he teamed with Shawn on that Raw against Mankind and Taker. Shawn does the crime, and I have to do the time, you know, some sort of promo like that. And so he was still that way all the way up until him and Shawn got together and they started acting like doofuses. And then he slowly transitioned from that into Triple H. More of a comedic wrestler, or comedic personality, I should say. A lot of jokes, sophomore humor, that type of thing. And of course, that morphed into the babyface version of that, DX Triple H. Did that for a few years, found big success, and then it was time to go for the big gold. Turned heel, became the Cerebral Assassin in 1999. And the rest is in the books. Jack Doan, you have a terrible haircut. How you doing today, Mr. Doan? Welcome to the barbershop. What can I do for you? Give me a Trump, but with a mullet. That will get me women. They won't be able to keep their hands off me, is what Jack said that day at the barbershop. It's like the uglier the better. Oh yeah, British Bulldog. Yeah, it was last Monday. That's right. I was trying to remember when it was. It wasn't 2 weeks ago. It was last Monday. So they're just 6 days removed from Davey turning. And then I think, I'm not positive, but I think on the weekend shows that aired here before SummerSlam, because Davey turned heel on Raw with the long hair. On Superstars, over the weekend, I'm pretty sure the day before. Oh wait, we're going to find out right here. Nope, never mind. He's still got the long hair. He cuts the hair. I thought that had already happened. But he'll cut the hair, he'll align with Cornette, and I loved that. He looked so good. Spartan Sprinkles, thanks for the 5. Bruce Pritchard as Bob Holly. Yeah, I got an idea. How about you put the belt on me and then I beat everybody? I don't know if Bob Holly would have been able to pull that pitch off to management. Oh, I'm sorry, Bob. Would you say you're going to beat Bret and Undertaker and Shawn? You're going to beat them all? No, okay. Bob Holly. This is Blinker. Anybody know how my blinker fluid is low? Anybody know how to change that? I've been looking everywhere for the nozzle. Just can't find it. Wow. What is going on? There you go. Nice drop kick. Clunky type of Irish whip there for them to get in sync, but ended with a super nice drop kick by Bob. By Robert Holly. Yeah, a lot of video games came out in 95 too, but I was already done. Video games was already in the past for me. Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis was the final consoles I played. Never had a Dreamcast or a GameCube or an N64 or any other shit everybody played. Didn't have any of that. Video games were in the rearview mirror, and I was on to having fun chasing girls. Ugh. Another drop kick. Another drop kick off a clunky whip. What's going on Twitter? Why do I have 1,000 notifications? Did somebody else die? That's a lot of notifications. Oh, God, I don't want to look. Oh. Okay, we're all right. All right, Triple H wins. Big surprise, right? Oh, thanks for that. I guess Gunther did the Penta strut. I guess at a live event. That's funny. Whew, I was worried somebody else died. Oh, we're not going to go to Todd? Oh, yeah, there we are. Oh, phew. Look at this shit. Where's that? Three Rivers Stadium there in the background? Yeah. I know, like, Pittsburgh has kind of got, like, the New York thing going on. They got a couple of bridges going across the river, right? Just a much smaller scale. Look at this shit. Bam Bam, Savio, Godwin. There's Mabel. See, look how badass Mabel looks there. Just black hat, black shirt, gold chain. That's the Mabel that should have been wrestling Diesel. Not MC Hammer pants. Whoop, there it is, Mabel. Yeah, there's no way. The wrestlers are going to win that every time. Yeah, the wrestlers cannot lose that. That would have been worse than the Divas losing the dodgeball thing. Why are they wearing helmets and life jackets? None of y'all can swim? Anybody in the chat can't swim? Let me know. Go take a lesson. It's very important. You don't want to drown. My mom had me in swimming lessons at like 4. Look at these guys. It's like, I remember the first time I saw Jacob and Eli Blue, I thought they were 2 John Nords. I was like, is there 2 Berserkers? But I'm like, oh, that's not Berserker. Where were the Blues before this? Smoky Mountain, I think, right? Because I'd known who they were because I'd seen pictures, And so when they turned up in WWE, I'm like, oh, these guys, the Nords are here. Did we not get an entrance there? Did they skip the whole entire entrance?
Here we go. Billy and Bart against Jacob and Eli. This should be an extraordinary.
Did I just completely zone out of the entire Smoking Guns entrance? Why do I have no memory of them coming down the aisle? All right, Billy and Fart. Vince, it's not Jacob or Eli, it's Pat or Gerald. Or is it Skull and 8 Ball? It's Skull and 8 Ball, Patrick and Gerald, and Jacob and Eli. They have 3 names each, plus one last name. So take your pick. I love the story of the Harris boys jacking up Shawn one night backstage when they were like leaving the company, just because so many people were like sick of Shawn and they did something to him. Oh. Oh, the Blues were at their local clan meeting before this. I really hate that there's a local one. I would like to think you only find that shit in the deep, deep, deep racist south of this country. And not so much in Oregon or wherever, but let's hope that not every city has got clan rallies. A rodeo scholarship. I almost got one of those. I could have definitely gotten one if I just, learned how to ride a bull.
The Blue Twins, Jacob and Eli. In control. All he got was one. Close to 2. Mark winding up the eye now. Forgotten who's in there. Is it Jacob or is it Eli? Tag was made. Billy, the legal man. Mark with the kick.
Yeah, tag team continuity there between Shoot Brothers and Kayfabe Brothers. Which reminds me, I'm like a year or 2 overdue. I'm changing those stupid membership tier names. Those were supposed to be placeholders until I thought of like better ones, and I've just never taken the time to do it. I need to get some members-only content up. I have 3 ideas that I'm going to try to put together here soon. Thank you to all the members who are here supporting. You guys are the best.
Billy, double team behind the official's back. Anything can happen here in the World Wrestling Federation. No question about that. That's almost an understatement these days. Watch this.
3-0, baby. It's not where you want to be. I love that Billy got his foot under there so perfectly. I've never loved the trio because it seems so unbelievably easy to get out of, but nobody ever could. You put me in the 3-0, baby, I'm out of that thing in 5 seconds. You ain't gonna put one boot on me. Good Michael will escape.
Makes sense to me. Bart looking for the tag. Billy's in trouble. Oh, come on, ref.
Spartan sprinkles 5 more. The main clan. I love we're talking about fucking clan in here. Main clan is HQ is about 30 miles west of St. Louis. They don't come to the north side too often, though. Strange. Yeah, Missouri's another one of them states. The middle America, nothing fucking going on, and nothing else to do but be mad and racist. Zebekiah. Fucking Dutch. He's annoying as all hell on social media, too. Oh, I thought that was it. What is going on here? Who the hell are the champions? Oh, yeah. Owen and Yoko. So this isn't even a title match? Why weren't Owen and Yoko on the show? They're the champs, right? Because Jacob and Eli Blue, they lost to the Allied Powers at WrestleMania, and the Guns lost the titles to Owen and Yoko at WrestleMania. So where the hell are Owen and Yoko? The next month, the In Your House is when Shawn and Diesel would win all the titles. They'd beat, actually, Davey and Yoko, subbing for Owen, for the tags. And then the Guns would win the titles the next night on Raw, after they were given back to Owen and Yoko. Oh, down goes. Boom, that's their finish. All right. Again, I feel like that could have been a Raw match, but whatevs. Big win for the Guns. Really, at the time, I was looking for any positives I could find in the WWE tag team scene. And even though the Guns were nowhere near the top of my favorite tag teams ever, they wouldn't even break the top 30, to be honest. They were my favorites here in 1995. I thought they were the best team WWE had. And they were an actual team. You know, like Owen and Yoko were slapped together. Davey and Lex were slapped together. You didn't have any teams, really. So they were, you know, they were the team that I think I appreciated the most, at least in 1995 in WWE. But if I'm writing down my favorite tag teams of all time, they're not cracking top 30. Maybe not even top 40, but for a brief time there, they were my favorites. Barry Horowitz. Arkansas and Mississippi, don't worry. I ain't making any trips to Little Rock or Biloxi anytime soon. I'm going to just enjoy myself here in beautiful San Diego. There ain't no better place to live in this country than where I'm at. Believe me. So if you can, get your asses out here. We can all be neighbors. You live in a place like this, suddenly being mad about stupid shit doesn't seem that important. And I credit my city with, you know, helping me not care about stupid stuff. There's just too much to live for, you know? Too much sunshine, too much fresh air. Fucking Horowitz. Oh, that's right. This is a SummerSlam match. I forgot. I knew Candido was on the show. Holy crap. Barry Horowitz. Think of the matches we've seen so far. We've had Bob Holly, Jacob and Eli Blue, and now Barry Horowitz, all getting SummerSlam matches. Not in your house. Not a game. Not a game. We're talking about SummerSlam. Sunny's a piece of garbage, and I hope she rots in hell and in prison. However, right out of the gate here, this girl knew how to talk. She was so good. Like, even in the Attitude Era later, when she'd come out strutting around, you know, modeling the T-shirts and stuff, anytime she said anything on the mic, she delivered everything she had to say perfectly. As if she'd been doing it for 30 years, and she's, what, 24 here or something? She'd be great today, because she'd be able to match up with any woman on the microphone, I think. And she never had promo battles with anybody. But when she spoke, she just was very comfortable, knew what she was doing. Oh, yeah, this... What's the name of this little Jewish jingle? I forget. He's got the suspenders. Oh, man. They're trying to make Barry Horowitz a babyface, which is just crazy. And I guess he's slightly over here, but Horowitz in the 80s was just, I mean, he just lost and lost and lost. My favorite is Royal Rumble 1996. Prior to the Rumbles, they would, like, run through pre-tapes of the talent saying a couple words about the Rumble. And Horowitz goes something like, "I'm confident and I'm happy." I'm like, okay, you're confident and happy. I'm happy for you. Ugh. Fucking Skip. Does Horowitz win again here? Or does Skip finally get his win back? I feel like Hakushi interferes in this. That's why I had them confused earlier. Maybe Hakushi comes out and costs Candido. Is that what happens? I feel like that's what's happening. Because Hakushi would be a babyface by the time we got to Survivor Series. So that means it's got to be soon here. So yeah, I think I'm right about that. I think we see Hakushi in this. Check out Earl with the... Looks like he's got a suntan. Good for you, Earl. Ugh. Up, Sonny not happy. She's begging. All right, Sonny's been ejected from this match by Earl. Oh, wow, Tyson McNeely. I remember watching that match, that boxing fight at work. After work, all of us gathered in the bar and watched it. I think it was on HBO.
And the odds are not in Barry Horowitz's favor to win this match. I knew something was up when I looked at his name, and beside his name in the program, it said, "Yeah, right." And Skip, showboating a bit. However, it was the showboating of Skip that cost him his victory. Well, wait a minute, look at that. Oh, yeah.
Hey, pretty good suplex there by Skippy.
And Skip now, in the buckle, what's he going to do here? Skip caught the leg from way up above. Is that enough to put Horowitz away? Skip going to go for the cover. He wants to punish him, I believe. He wants to teach him a lesson.
Garrett Osborne, I don't even know what that sentence says. Hava Nagila was also played at the wedding of Lord Zed and Rita. What the hell does that even mean? For those who watched Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, which I did not. Okay, so maybe that sentence makes sense to you guys, or makes sense to you guys, but not to Greg. It just look like words. It's like, what the fuck is a Rita Repulsa? What's her problem?
Well, he beat him fair and square in the middle on one occasion, the first occasion. And as we found out earlier,
No, Candido and Sonny, I don't believe ever got married, no.
Skip and Sonny
She was cheating on him right out of the gate. As soon as they got to WWE, and she got an eye full of sexy Sean.
he won a second match. This, of course, the third one. And a gut wrench.
Then he got a mouthful of Sonny.
You don't really think it, man.
While Candido had to sit there and just fucking take it.
Can really win this match, do you? I think anything can happen here in the World Wrestling Federation, but not too likely. You probably also think that Eber could beat the heck out of Cisco, too.
I remember at the Slammies one year, Sean, right in front of Candido, made a crack about him and Sonny hooking up, and she goes, shh. It was almost like it was so in the open, you know?
Went across the throat. Come on, Rap, get in there.
Get a good shot of this loser.
Skip and Sonny verbally taunting Barry Horowitz.
SummerSlam 95, guys. Barry Horowitz versus Chris Candido. I voluntarily chose to watch this with you guys tonight. I said, you know what would be fun? If we watched the shittiest SummerSlam of all time. Is there a SummerSlam worse? Is there one worse than 95? There might be. Some of them later years, like 2010s-ish and stuff, like some of those had to have sucked. I'm not a couch potato, Jerry Lawler. I am a computer chair potato. '07 is way worse. Okay. I vaguely remember that. Is that like Booker T and Triple H, right? Booker's about to head to TNA. I have no idea what the main event would be in that. No idea. Cena and... Cena, who the hell would Cena have faced in '07? He was champion. Don't tell me. I want to think. Not Umaga. Jericho's gone. Who would it have? Oh, Randy Orton. It's got to be Randy Orton. Got to be Randy Orton. Ha! Yeah. See? You just got to give me time. And I told you guys not to tell me, but luckily I thought of it before you guys spoiled it. When your streamer tells you to do something, you obey. I'm kidding. Do whatever you want. Just Smitty, yes, SummerSlam 2025 is this Saturday, and I'm slightly worried because as it stands right now, I'm not sure if I can be off on Saturday. I'm going to try, but it's a big night, and there is a chance I'm going to have to miss night one of SummerSlam. I'll be here to review it, but I might have to miss watching it, which sucks. But 1 week from tonight, we're here for night two for sure. But Saturday is kind of up in the air, and I don't want to. I can't take off if it means putting the restaurant in jeopardy. So I got to see what I can finagle this week. But I can't abandon them for wrestling. I got to be there if need be. So I'll work on it this week. I'll look at the books. If it gets crazier, I might have to sit this one out. But I'm hoping I can be here. I'll know more here in a couple days. And we got predictions on Thursday. Live. Ooh. What's he going for? Leg drop? Oh, just a headbutt? Oh, and he lifts him up. It's weird how Sunny was hotter like a year or two later than she is in the beginning. Oh, Khali and Batista? Oh, yeah, fuck that. We're never watching '07. I'm going to make that a rule. If we do watch '07, it'll be the last SummerSlam we do. What's crazy is I know I ordered it and watched it that year because I was still buying the pay-per-views in '07, especially the big ones. Oh, Lord. Superplex. Here comes Hakushi. He brought his hat. Oh, yeah, in like 95, around this time, that's when WWE started putting the big patches on the referee shirts for some reason. I think to distinguish themselves between WCW refs. But WCW refs, I think it switched over to the powder blue and bow tie when they were previously doing the stripes, and then WWE started doing the stripes. There he goes. Jumps right over. And small package. Oh, terrible one. And Barry Horowitz gets the win. Yeah, Barry Horowitz given what? 12 minutes of pay-per-view time there? Yeah, that's 95 was a bleak time in the biz. I mean, I was still a fan, though, but I don't know how I was into this. I was definitely disappointed with a lot of what I was seeing, but I was still like a fan. I still cared. Even if I was like, what's going on with the WWE? Oh, he hugs Earl. That's nice. I don't know when... I'd like to know what the exact time was that the powder blue switched to the stripes. I think it was like right at the end of 94 or something. Might have been beginning of 95. I'm trying to remember the Rumble 95, the Bret and Diesel match. Did the referee have stripes? I'm pretty sure they had stripes by the time we got to Mania 11. I don't know when the exact time is. We Are Pro Wrestling, if you can dig that one up.
Now let me call it right down the middle exactly as I see it in a fair and impartial way. But before we start...
Vivify.
Definition. Vivify. It means to imbue with renewed life or vigor.
Or vigor.
In my satellite classroom, as you like to refer to it, Mr. McMahon, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Hakushi comes to the ring, and he distracts. For just a second,
Chris Candido. ECW, baby.
Barry Horowitz the opportunity to be vivified, if you will, to come out of it and to score the pinfall victory, and we'll see it 1, 2, and 3. It's a travesty.
Oh, so that shit sitting on top of the... I thought that was just like a satellite hookup or something. That's a little telestrator type of job. That was unbelievably pointless. Douglas pulled up the footage. He just circles. Here's where Hakushi interfered, and here's where the small packages. Yeah, thank you for that insight.
To give Barry Horowitz the victory, 1, 2, 3. I've got to say it goes like this. For the referee, I give the grade of F.
Of F. You couldn't write any of this shit on the chalkboard? WWE just wants to show off their brain scan, their telestrator. Slacker. You remind me of your father. He was a slacker too. Look at Todd. Todd, props on getting rid of that mullet. That had to stop. He gave away a house in that mullet, and it's bothered me ever since. Look at this slow, this is like a GIF. The still frame. Why are we showing it so slow? Those earrings. Aren't they, are they really pierced? Isn't that heavy as all hell?
First of all, it is impossible to prepare for a match like this, and there is no more grueling match in the World Wrestling Federation than a ladder match. And there's only two cats in the World Wrestling Federation that can do it. And that's Razor Ramon and the Heartbreak Kid. And you know something? For over a year, this has been eating me. You know, I made history. And I was
The IC title looked great on Shawn, especially the second time around. Or I guess the third time around. This babyface run that he had. That's when I thought he looked best. And the gear he comes out with here. So flamboyant. But awesome. The blue thing and the belt and the fucking village person hat. Gay as all hell, but looks awesome. It looks awesome. Loved it. Loved his gear at this SummerSlam. One of my favorites. I also like the silver one with like the dog tags, kind of, or the silver plates. I think that one and this blue one here are my favorites.
Thus making me what I have always said I have been, the greatest Intercontinental Champion ever.
The stage is set for the historic ladder match here tonight. Shawn Michaels and the bad guy Razor Ramon. Let's get it back to ringside.
Thanks, Todd. It's a pleasure as always. Oh yeah, it's Rhonda Singh and or was she Bertha Faye, and Alundra Blaze. I forgot about this one. I think Bertha wins the title here. And that's all the women's division was Alundra bringing in her friends from Japan and working with them. She put over like three big ones. It was Bull Nakano, Aja Kong, and Bertha Faye. I don't know if Alundra lost the title to Aja Kong. I don't think she did, but she definitely took a loss to her somewhere. And Bull Nakano beat her for the title. And I'm pretty sure Rhonda Singh beats her for the title too. But I could be wrong. I could be wrong about that. Alundra might win. This gimmick really upset me. Stupid as all hell. That's a she. Oh my God, in just a few months, that belt right there would go straight in the trash can. On Nitro, on the competition show. Live in front of the world on TNT. Big Bertha Faye. Like, this should be Medusa versus Rhonda Singh, not Big Bertha Faye versus Alundra Blaze. This is why WWE pisses me off. Especially Vince. Alundra Blaze. Give me a break. What kind of fucking name is that? Is she a Power Ranger? Fucking Medusa Maselli was such a badass name, you know? She gained a following under that name. And they bring her in 95, give her a fucking NXT name. She's the champion and the only woman under contract. She's in a division of one who occasionally beats part-timers that she's worked with in the past. What a time. And of course, Harvey Whippleberger has got to be with Bertha. Ah, yeah, We Are Pro Wrestling. That's right. It was Survivor Series. Aja beat her with the backhand, right? Yeah. You know, Blaze versus Charlotte would be a great match. I'd go Blaze. Charlotte, obviously, much more decorated. Also a good athlete, but Alundra is a wrestler. And I think that's what I always appreciate about her, is that she was just a wrestler, you know? The other women's champions they had in the past, you know, Sherry, you know, obviously Moolah, you know, but Sherry Martel, too, you know, she was doubling as a manager a lot of times, especially later in her career, and fucking Rockin' Robin and stuff, but, you know. I'm surprised. Are there any stories of Vince trying to put the moves on her, like Alundra? There weren't many women in the company, you know, so I feel like Vince is going to roll up on anyone with a pulse, maybe even Bertha Faye. But I feel like some pervert story has to exist out there somewhere about Vince and Alundra Blaze. Because she had a very nice top shelf. Still does. These leg drops, Yoko leg drops. Where the hell are Yoko and Owen? How did Barry Horowitz and Bob Holly, Bob Sparkplug Holly, mind you, get match, and Jacob and Eli Blue all get matches on SummerSlam, and two of your top stars are out? Your roster was so thin and in desperate need of as much star power on your shows as possible, and you're keeping them off? Maybe Yoko was hurt or something. Oh, Lord. Big Bertha's going higher. Missed. She's going for a victory roll? Yeah, she is. Wow, she got it. Look how well that was executed. I wasn't sure if that would work out, but it did. Big Bertha. That's why WWE, that's why I was a closet wrestling fan back then. I couldn't tell anybody at work that I watched this shit. Ooh. I was hooking up with one of the bartenders back then. Like, I couldn't tell her. She'd be like, well, I'm done with you. Oh, no referee. Look out. Oh, I'd love to see Alundra beat the hell out of Whippleberger. Okay, that lady in the dress in the front row there. I don't think it's her, but it might be the woman who... the seamstress that does all of Sean's gear. Because I've seen her once or twice when Sean's referenced her, and I swear that's her. Over by the timekeeper's area. Hot blonde in a dress. I feel like that's her. And WWE stuck her out there because nobody knows who she is, and she can be going crazy for the matches and stuff. She's a plant, y'all. She's a plant. Yeah, oh, Alundra Blaze is rocking the Asics. Right on. I think I had two different pairs of Asics. I had the, in the 90s, I don't remember what year, probably 91-ish or 2. I had the Andre Agassi's Asics. Oh! That's it. I feel like Alundra got her shoulder up. But she wins. So... when does Alundra win the belt back? Because she's champ by Survivor Series, so this is a quick run. I don't remember when Alundra wins it back. I don't remember it happening. Maybe it happened in your house? Or the October in your house? Or just on Raw? Or at a live event? I don't know where or remember where. And Bertha Faye is now the new women's champion. Just so Vince can say Big Bertha. Like, imagine them today putting this gimmick on fucking Nia Jax. Like, how just horrible and distasteful it would be.
What just happened right here at SummerSlam is Bertha Faye just finished the makeover she started 6 months ago on Alundra Blaze in the World Wrestling.
Or doing it like to Willow Nightingale, who is just an absolutely stone cold fucking fox. Beautiful woman. Barbie doll. That makeup is too much. Those are bad colors. Oh, she's like Playboy Buddy Rose. I like that. They should give her the blow-away diet thing. That Slammy Awards skit with Buddy Rose is one of the funniest fucking things I've ever seen. I laughed so hard at that. I'm like, what? I don't know what the point was, but it was hilarious. Oh, Todd with the very dramatic narration. Yeah, Daniel Clark, good point. Dewdrop. and everybody hated it, didn't they? It was not received well, and many fans thought it was just stupid, and it was. WWE is really, after all these years, deep down, they've never matured. You know? I think any maturing that you see is kind of like out of necessity. They didn't really want to. The silly, stupid ideas are, you know, still sitting there at their core, and they bubble up every now and then. And you're reminded the mentality that's existed behind the scenes in that company for so long. Ran by a bunch of fucking children. Oh yeah, the poor creature of darkness. Anybody know which NXT developmental talent that creature of the night is? Probably getting reps at the PC. We Are Pro Wrestling. Find out who he is. What his name, what his NXT name is.
Immediately ordered that the much anticipated matchup between the Undertaker and Kama at SummerSlam be a casket.
It's a casket match now.
The first combatant in the casket with the lid slammed down is claimed the victim. Tonight, one man meets his taker. Will the Grim Reaper be broken down?
This fucking urn was passed around. It was like from IRS to Bundy to Kama to Mabel. And it changed forms. It was a big urn, it was a little urn, it was melted down into a necklace and then unmelted down and reformed into an urn. Sometimes you wonder what kind of drugs they were doing in WWE. And it is Papa Shango with a flat top. Oh, Piper Niven's the best. We've heard stories. She's great. She was recently married. I saw her wedding pictures. Death Valley. I remember the first time I saw this entrance live. I was like blown away. I was convinced they were piping in cold air to the arena because I felt cold. And I felt like a dry... I don't know what the fuck I felt. It's probably just a coincidence. But I remember thinking, I'm like, oh my God, WWE pumps in cold air to simulate, like, death. And it's only because when he was making his entrance, I just got a brush of cold from somewhere. And so that was my deduction. Oh, to be 17 again. You should have seen the abs I had. I missed them. Coke, heroin, steroids. Man, that's a hardcore shit. I was thinking more crack, you know? Because heroin should give you good ideas, not bad ones. Heroin is an evil drug, but it has not hurt my record collection. Think of the albums that we would not have gotten without that drug. We are pro heroin. No, we're not. If you ever come across some, don't do it. Don't do the horse. Was it horse? Don't do the horse. Yeah, WCW was no better. They had Dungeon of Doom. Like, when Eric Bischoff tries to rewrite history in interviews and stuff, and you know, WWE was very cartoony, and I wanted WCW to be more realistic. No, you didn't. It was a cartoony fucking ass show for the first 2 years Hogan was there. It didn't get real or, you know, more adult-oriented until Hall and Nash got there in '96. And even some, after the NWO was still hokey and silly. Hall and Nash came into that company and made it cool. That's all it was. It had nothing to do with Bischoff or any vision he had. It was just the way it worked out. And he's like, oh, their storylines were just as silly. WWE, there's nothing dumber than the Dungeon of Doom. For all the dumb things WWE was doing, putting Barry Horowitz in the ring and shit, wasn't as dumb as the Dungeon of Doom. So Bischoff is full of shit whenever he rewrites that type of history. I wanted to be, more realistic and all that. No, you didn't. You were hokey and stupid just like they were.
That might be as close as it gets to that casket. Will it be the Undertaker stuffed inside the casket? It happened once before, and it was a long, long time after the Undertaker stuffed in that casket until we saw him again. Reversal.
Now, these guys are longtime bros. Pretty sure even here in 95, Taker and Kama were already friends.
I can assure you, Ted DiBiase got something up his sleeve. The Undertaker incensed over the recent actions of Kama when Kama put his hands on some of the Undertaker's creatures of the night. Look at Paul Bearer. I think he's trying to get the neck up. On the top rope. Look at the Undertaker. Tremendous balance. The Undertaker.
Yeah, he was like, is it Extreme Fighting Machine or Supreme Fighting Machine? Whatever he was, he came in with like the t-shirt at first and stuff.
And pointing at the casket. Oh, they're opening it up. Here we go. The leg lifted on the casket. Wait a minute. Look at that. Oh, my
Oh, he's in, but he's out.
favorite shot.
He's like, oh, hell no.
We got the SummerSlam coffin camera going. You got a what? A SummerSlam coffin camera.
We got a coffin camera in there.
Coffin camera. There it is. Inside the camp. It's inside
I feel that camera would have had to have been relatively large, although the video quality's shit, so it might be small. But I want to kind of see where it's positioned in there, because this is 1995 technology. Now you can just stick a little GoPro in there and you're fine, but back then, that had to have been some sort of apparatus built into that casket to hold a camera.
He just planted the Undertaker. Nothing can stop the Undertaker. At least I don't think anything can. A block, a shot by the Undertaker. Look at that maneuver.
Yeah, he would have fit in the Dungeon of Doom, Papa Shango. After this run of Kama, they nearly brought him back as Papa Shango. They had artwork drawn up and gear made and all sorts of shit, and then they just changed their mind and he joined the Nation instead. But he was actually set to, resurrect his Papa Shango character around 97-ish and never saw the light of day.
And the Undertaker getting close to the casket. The lid is up. Kama with the Undertaker. Drives him down. Drives him into the casket. Yes. Kama's right at home there. Kama. Oh, here's the money. Look.
Taker's not even near in there. Oh, pulls him in. Is that how it's going to end? Him just leg scissoring him into the casket? No. Okay, DiBiase's up there to stop it. I'm like, this can't be the finish yet. You got to hit him with a tombstone or something. Oh.
Almost time shot on Kama. Kama getting back in. DiBiase saves the day for Kama. And the Supreme Fighting Machine taking it to the Undertaker.
Paul Bear. Did you see his fist?
Kama with a shot.
Okay, the very energetic chick in the front row that I mentioned earlier seems to be gone. Unless she's just out of view.
Trying to set up the Undertaker. Winds him up. Oh my goodness, look at this. Kama, just as adept at using his feet as he is his hands. You know, McMahon, my specialty is being right when other people are wrong. And I said this once before. We may see the Undertaker quit before this match is over. We may see him crawl across the ring on his hands and knees, climb into his own coffin, and pull that lid down shut just to get away from Kama. Anything can happen here in the World Wrestling Federation, no question about that.
I don't know if he's on a Legends contract or not, Godfather.
I mean, Alundra Blaze was defeated by Big Bertha. Anything can happen here tonight. And speaking of Alundra, she's back on the WWF Superstar line. Both she and, of course, I'm sure, a jubilant Bertha Faye. Oh,
Wow, it's been 25 years since the death of Gordon Solie. Why did I think he died way more recent than that? I thought it had been more like 10 or 15 years. I guess, holy shit, I guess 2000. Yeah, I thought it was later than that, but yeah. Wow. 25 years. Hello, Rob. Rest in peace. They would always chant that. Taker falls on top of the casket. Oh, wait a minute. He would have fallen in the casket if the door would have been open. Like, Vince. I know a lot of people do like and appreciate Vince on commentary, but I will die on the hill that he absolutely sucks. Oh, look at Bear getting all pissed. Good Lord. He's trying to get him some of DiBiase. He's punching referees. DiBiase's been feuding with Undertaker for a fucking year now, ever since the previous SummerSlam when it was Taker versus Taker. And it's been a slew of DiBiase guys up against Taker ever since. IRS, Bundy, Kama. No, another name missing from the show, Bam Bam Bigelow. He was still there. Owen, Bam Bam, and Yoko should have all had matches, if healthy, on this pay-per-view. It's a very weak card. Oof. No kidding. Ernest passed away in 2000. I never saw any of those Ernest movies. Didn't really like that type of comedy. I had friends that loved it, though. Swore by it. You got to see the new Ernest movie. Nah. That casket is now cracked. That plywood is... They can't both stand on that. Is that just one sheet of plywood or what? I don't know how they made that. Looks like multiple boards put together. That thing is very strong to be able to hold their weight. What kind of wood is that? That's got to just be 2x6s. Like a deck. Like how you do a deck. Oh. Big backdrop from Kama. Oof. Or maybe it's plywood with supports underneath. Either way, that fucking wood to hold up 300-pounders like that. Oh, you're trying to pin him? Randy Savage made that mistake at the Royal Rumble one year. Cost him dearly.
my goodness, things do not look good. Facing upon the
Things do not look good.
Undertaker. Look, this is what I like. Nothing the referee can do about that either. No, I agree. Wait a minute, Paul Bearer's acting up for that.
I did order and buy the next month's pay-per-view because I remember watching In Your House that night. And the whole Owen Hart thing when he wasn't there and then he was. And I think they forgot one of the tag team titles because... And I think Owen's child was being legitimately born and he really was legitimately missing the show. But then he showed up at the end. But then when Razor and Shawn and Diesel won, they were holding up one tag team title like between them to celebrate. I'm like, Owen, you forgot your belt. Oh, Chris, if you're watching, yeah, I'll show you. I'll pull up those seats later when we're done, and I'll send them to you. If anybody's coming to Survivor Series at Petco Park here in San Diego in November, and you would like to sit with us, and you're willing to spend about $300-ish on your ticket, then shoot me a DM. We got about 6 of us so far. We're gonna all sit together, have a good old time. If you want to hang out with me and Elizabeth and Zach and Chris and Chris's friend. I shot Rose Sith, who helps us out with some music here on the channel. Met him a few times at shows. He lives here in San Diego. Shot him an email, see if he wanted to join us. Try to gather a little group. It's going to be fun. Might even go get a hotel downtown just for fun. I don't know yet. We'll see. I'm pretty... Oh, yeah, I thought In Your House was $19.99, but it might have been... You might be right. It might have been $14.99 at first, because I think pay-per-views were $30. But I think it went up. I think it went up to $19.99 at some point, and then it eventually went to 3 hours and became a $40 pay-per-view like the rest of them. But that's another thing I don't remember how the prices were. I'm pretty sure 95 it was still $30 for a pay-per-view, but by the time we got to 97, it was definitely 40. And then like years later when they started HD, I remember it was like an extra $10, $50 for the HD version. And then WrestleMania might have even increased to $70. I don't remember what it was before it finally moved to the network. They're both in the casket, and then the lid is shut. What's gonna happen? God, you suck, Vince. What's gonna happen? Oh, there. What's happening here? They're tearing it apart. The little cushion came out. Is Taker gonna lose here? Does Taker lose this? Was my memory wrong? No, he's gonna drag him back. They did the same spot with Shawn, remember? I think like at the Rumble, and Taker pulls him in, and Shawn's like clawing. Okay, so it's kind of got like a perimeter support. I'm just very curious of the woodworking to make that strong enough to hold Taker. And okay, so if they got that perimeter support, then I guess that's strong enough to hold him. Both men were in the coffin. And the cushion came out. Yeah, the coffin's torn to shit. And it's double wide and it's double deep. Just like your mom likes. Never mind. I'm sorry. Don't listen to me. Yeah, Chris, thanks for the 5. I just shouted you out a second ago. I told you I saw the DM, and as soon as we're done here, I'll pull up a screenshot and kind of circle where we're looking at the general vicinity. They're not going to be the greatest seats, but they're not going to be shit seats either. So Because I'm not spending $1,000 on a fucking ticket for this shit. I'm like, 300-ish is about what I'm willing to spend. So everybody who's coming with us have been in agreement with that. So we're going to shoot for those type of seats. And there was a bunch of them on StubHub last time I checked. So. Or Vivid Seats, whatever you use. Yeah, that's very big strength. Finally, tombstone this guy. His hair might soften the blow, though. That was a pretty good tombstone, though. I don't think the flat top provided Kama any protection. And he's laid out like freshly killed game. Roll his ass in the box. Rolling, rolling. Keep rolling, 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 Kama. Keep rolling him in the box. Keep rolling. There you go. I shut the lid on my trash can like Undertaker shuts coffin lids. I still do it to this day. When I walk down the hallway to go to the laundry room, I do the Tully Blanchard little strut from Survivor Series when he kind of tiptoed out of the ring and tagged Nikolai Volkov. I also do the Yankem with my arm. I do the Yankem walk when nobody's looking. All the time. I guess I should try to incorporate the pentastrut into there somewhere. All right, Taker wins the casket match. What a character. The new generation. Shut up, Vince. He knew Hogan had been in WCW for over a year now. Nitro's about to launch head-to-head with Raw next week. Vince has a lot on his mind. Oh, yeah, Bret versus Isaac Yankem. Isaac Yankem. Not Yankem, Yankem. I knew already who Unabomber was. I was already a fan of him just from the magazines alone. And when I found out WWE signed him, I was thrilled. Because I'm like, now we got ourselves another Sid. We got another Sid coming in. And this is going to be great. And instead, he's brought in as a dentist to cure... would you go to a dentist for just because you got nasty foot in your mouth? Wouldn't you go somewhere else? That doesn't have anything to do with your teeth. It has mostly just to do with your mouth and your tongue and your breath. But using this stupid angle between Bret and Lawler, the Kiss My Foot match, as a way to bring him in, I'm like, that's what you came up with? He should have been automatic opponent for Undertaker. Which he would be the next time they repackaged him. Or 2 repackages from now. But that's kind of where he should have started out. Although, in that scenario, all you would do is lose anyway. But it amazes me with that ugly grill on Isaac Yankem that he was still able to procreate as he and his wife gave birth to Britt Baker many years later. Or probably around that same year. Look at the... Ugh. As a Bret Hart fan, this angers me. I have another memory about this now. That's right. I don't remember why. But earlier I said I watched this on the Scrambled pay-per-view feed. I don't know what I was doing. Maybe I was at work. But I didn't turn it on until after this match. And I remember being curious. I'm like, I wonder what happened with Bret and the Dennis match. And so after this match is over is when I guess, get home and turn on the pay-per-view channel and I'm listening to the Scrambled feed. And I hear Lawler or maybe Vince, I forgot who, saying, I wonder how Bret Hart is. I wonder how Bret Hart is doing. And I'm like, oh, God, something happened in the match. He got squashed and beat by the fucking dentist. And I didn't know until later that it was the finish that we got, which I think was a DQ. But it was because he got, like, choked in the ropes, right? And it was just kayfabe, you know. But when I heard, like, Vince or Lawler going, I wonder how Bret Hart is, how he's doing. And I was like, what happened? So I must not have turned this on until over halfway through the show. I wonder what I was doing that day. I wonder what took me so long to turn it on. I might have just been out and about. Roaming the streets. Looking for hookers and cocaine. At age 17. For whatever reason, I came home and turned it on late. And the theme song. This is like worse than Diesel's, you know, truck motor. Extract revenge.
Poking at the hitman Bret Hart. Bret, this is your chance to finally shut the mouth of the Burger King once and for all, and you're going to have to do it with Isaac Yankem.
He shut his mouth at the previous pay-per-view when he shoved his foot up his ass. Or in his mouth.
He lost. We had his foot and my foot crammed down his dirty, stinking throat. But Isaac Yankem, DDS, it's a different story. This guy's a big guy. He's a tough guy. He talks about how big and bad he is. You know, Jerry Lawler.
First match in the company with Bret Hart. That's crazy.
What do you want after me? Because one after another, they're all going to go down. Isaac Yankem, DDS, you big tooth fairy. I'm going to knock
You big tooth fairy.
this big. You know what? I might just knock all his teeth right out of his face. Jerry Lawler.
I just might knock all his yellow-ass teeth right out of his face.
You're stepping in the ring with the excellence of execution. I don't care if you're a dentist. You better look at me because I am the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be.
It took WWE so long to get their fucking act together with Bret. The stupid match with Bob Backlund at WrestleMania. The Hakushi match was tremendous, but, you know, that was tied into the Lawler stuff. Then he faces Lawler in a childish stipulation match. Now he's facing a dentist in an even dumber situation. And I'm pretty sure the next month he faces the pirate who stole his jacket. Or maybe that was the one before. And then finally, one night, miraculously, on Raw, Gorilla Monsoon just says Bret's going to face the winner of Davey and Diesel, which was at the Next In Your House. He's going to face the winner at Survivor Series. And it was right then, I'm like, they're going back to Bret. Thank God. I can sleep easy again. It was a very frustrating year of 95 for me as a Bret Hart fan. I was just... The entire year, I didn't enjoy anything he did. Except for that Hakushi match. Match with Diesel at the Rumble wasn't bad. But everything else was ass. And then once you put him back in the main event, what happens? A match that we still remember to this day. Survivor Series 95, great match with Diesel. Diesel's best match. Maybe not. That one with Shawn at Omaha is pretty good. But his two best matches are with Bret and Shawn. Okay, so Yankem here is just wearing like some blue pants. Bret definitely has the better tan. Bret would miss next year's SummerSlam, but would return in 97 to win the title. Right before, literally right before, because he was already being mentioned on TV, right before Kane would debut. They started mentioning Kane in the summertime of 97. He's alive. Oh, Bret, a little crescent kick. I don't see Bret kicking much. You never see Bret kick. He'll stomp you. But he's never thrown a super kick in his life. That's the closest we've ever seen. Little crescent kick to the gut. It doesn't make any sense that Lawler seeks help to deal with the nasty state that his mouth is in after having his unwashed foot crammed in there, but he seeks out the help of someone who also has a gnarled fucking mouth and horrible breath. He can't even take care of himself. So why are you using him to fix your breath problems? He's got meth teeth. Idiot, Lawler. There's another person that I believe is infinitely worse than Hulk Hogan. Jerry Lawler. Oh, big dive. Remember when he disappeared there before Survivor Series 93 and Shawn Michaels had to replace him? You ever Googled why that was? Right. So I get Jacobs would not wrestle. Well, I guess technically he was in that match, right? He was in the match at SummerSlam. He just kind of didn't compete in it. Like Mankind was in there alone, I think, right? But, so I guess that counts. But he wouldn't wrestle like in the ring again, I think until 99. He definitely had a match in 99. I feel like X-Pac would be involved in that or something. But yeah, he wouldn't have a match the next year or the year after that. Because he'd be gone for both. Jesus. Yankem was such a short-lived... How long? Yankem was only Yankem until... I'd probably say like January of the next year. Like, I don't know when Yankem's final match was. I'd say it was before WrestleMania. Before WrestleMania 12. Somewhere before then, he was done. And then he would come back in September as Diesel. And then that would last about as long as Yankem did, just a few months. And then he'd be gone for about another 8 months, 9 months, and come back as Kane. That one stuck. Yeah, Bret came down funny on that dive. I would have hated if Bret got himself injured in such a stupid match like this. Garrett, appreciate the $5. One more thing I thought of just now, considering he's facing a dentist and Canadian, why didn't Bret wrestle in a hockey jersey at this SummerSlam? Yeah. He should have. Dentists stay in business because of hockey players. Actually, they don't, because when a hockey player knocks their teeth out, they just leave them out. I just lost that one. No biggie. I'll lose more. I could never imagine taking a puck to the teeth. That is such a horrifying sounding thing. I'm lucky. I have 2 jobs, YouTube and restaurants. And both of those jobs, neither one, I'm at risk for a puck to the teeth. It's kind of nice. Like, there's no pucks flying at me when I'm at work or when I'm sitting here, and that's a plus. Keep my grill intact. Was the goon around net? Goon around yet? No Ray. I think that was 96. Around the summer, early 96, he came in with a lot of the Smoky Mountain guys. Tracy Smothers, Dirty White Boy, Tom Brandy, and they all got repackaged. Freddie Joe Floyd, T.L. Hopper, and Salvatore Sincere, right? They brought back in Jim Neidhart, put him under a mask, called him Who. Things weren't much better in 96, guys, but the Smoky Mountain guys came in to be like mid-level jobbers, you know. They're not going to lose every match, but they're going to lose most of them. And they're going to have characters. Look at him grab the hair. That's Unabomb, bitch. You don't go fucking with no Unabomb. Isaac Yankem, you can, but... No official should touch a WWF superstar. Okay. Vince, you are aware this is pro wrestling, right? What's in the doctor's bag? Probably some pliers to yank out some chiclets. Bret's got Canadian teeth, too. He ain't got a perfect smile. Bret's teeth are a little bit misshapen, but... Or not misshapen, but not aligned. But he looks fine. He doesn't need braces. Some people could pull that off. I need to get braces again on my bottom teeth because I didn't wear my retainer when I was a teenager. And one of my teeth on the bottom shifted, and now it sticks up, and I look like I can gnaw through a fucking brick. One of these days, I'll get it done. Jeez. Too Cold Scorpio, Zane, wasn't really one of those guys. He came in as Flash Funk at Survivor Series. They were going to try to make him a big deal. So he wasn't in the same category as like Tracy Smothers and whatnot. He was a little bit bigger, I think, of a character. He had the Funkettes, right? And it's just another example of why WWE is so goddamn stupid. Flash Funk, are you serious? Just bring him in as Too Cold Scorpio. Like, what the hell's your problem? It's a badass name. Looks good on a t-shirt. Flash Funk. Funk off. We did get the arrival of Stone Cold Steve Austin in 96, but not before the Ringmaster was there. He's about to debut here, I think. Or is he already there? No, not yet. He's not there yet. But Austin should be debuting like any second now. Him and Triple H came in just a couple months apart. I guess it would be December, because he wasn't a Survivor Series either, so it must be a few months still. Oh. Into the steel steps. I don't think they could get sued by Terry Funk for that. I kind of wish they would have made Flash Funk the brother of Terry Funk and Dory Funk and the cousin of Jimmy Jack Funk. I always loved how Howard Finkel announced Jimmy Jack Funk. Jimmy Jack Funk! Bret's going through his maneuvers that Vince doesn't know the name of. He just knows they're what maneuvers. Russian leg sweep, backbreaker, second rope elbow. All maneuvers. God, that's heavy. Like, Vince doesn't know the name of moves. I heard him call a bow and arrow once. And he loves to say shoot the half. God, he gets a boner for saying that. But everything else, he might know a finisher or two. He might know what the sharpshooter is. Yeah, the sharpshooter. But he doesn't know what anything else is. At all. Oh, there's, this match is about to be over. Lawler's climbing over the desk. Oh, and he helped out. This should be a disqualification. Isaac Yankem should be disqualified and the loser for that. Lawler's still going with the mullet. He still thinks that's working for him. Yeah, it was December 95 because this time Austin was still injured. He was in ECW. He started cutting them promos and whatnot, you know. So yeah, it was kind of late 95 when he got in. And he was ringmaster for, I guess, a month. Maybe 6 weeks. By the time he got to, I think, the Rumble. No, I guess he was still the ringmaster at the Rumble. Yeah, I think he was still the ringmaster at the Rumble. But right after that, he was stone cold. The ring mat. They should have just brought him in as Steve Austin. Wow, there goes Kane off the top rope there. Come on, Bret. Why can't Mabel be fighting the dentist and Bret be fighting Diesel? Why can't we just do that? He's completely forgotten his broadcast obligation. Well, you're the boss, Vince. Just fire his ass. Oh, Bret's going to grab his legs. Yep. Crotch him. Oh, he's going to do like Diesel. That's funny that he's doing this to the other Diesel. And he would do this to the other Diesel at the Royal Rumble and at Survivor Series. Bret loves using the power cables. Love it. Now you can just stomp his fucking face. There you go. Boom. Boom. This is for living inside the asshole of Donald Trump. Boom. This is for nut gargling him at any fucking chance you get. Go after Lawler. Lawler's trying to climb back on the table. God, Bret's punches were so good. Oh no, there's a lady. She's back. She's on the guard. She's standing on the guardrail. DDS off the top rope. Oh, cool. Ryan's got some SummerSlam stats for us. I feel like this is the finish. I'll answer that in a sec. Enough that. Why is that not a DQ? I mean, I think it's going to eventually be one. There we go. Why is Kyoto not ringing the bell? Oh, Lord. Yeah, now you're going to have to. So when I tuned in that night, this is what they were referencing is this. And I was like, well, I hope Bret Hart's okay. And I was so freaked. I'm like, what happened? Okay, I got a better look at that lady now. That's not the Shawn seamstress. That's not her. Look at it. It took him this long to ring the bell? Jesus. Don't lose an ear, Bret. Fucking Rene Goulet out there trying to free Bret. You got Tony Gurria strong. Oh, no, that's Briscoe. I thought that was Gurria. It's Briscoe. Briscoe and Goulet to the rescue. Man, not a fun few months for Bret Hart fans, that's for sure. In 1995. Yeah, that night when I tuned in, it was well after this. There's already another match in the ring, and that's when I heard that comment. And that's what made me worried. I'm like, oh no, what happened? And he never really got his final revenge on Lawler. Well, I guess he did blow things off with Yankem. I'm pretty sure they had a cage match or something. Might have been on Raw somewhere, maybe just a Coliseum videotape where Bret would win. But the next month, I'm pretty sure he wrestles the Pirate. So he's done with the dentist and on to a Pirate. Motherfucker. Oh, this is an interesting... I remember this. Watch. Bret's going to walk by. I remember thinking that this meant something.
Will history repeat itself? You know, Doc, that history, it got a way of repeating itself. And I know, Boy Toy. That was then, and this is now. A new time, a new place.
See, like, I thought, like, Razor watching Bret go by injured and being like, oh, well. And Doc overselling it.
Every chance I get. And
Boy Toy.
It is not just your precious gold.
I love Boy Toy. Hitman.
It is your body, your career. I'm willing to turn it out tonight, man. And you know why? Because your pain brings me pleasure. You say the time for talking is through. You ready to dance? Well, Razor, he leads.
Did they do anything on TV between these two guys? They leading up to this? Because I remember Gorilla changing the match, but... And they were already kind of like admitted friends by that point. Was there like any sort of match where one of them ran in on the other and helped them or something? I don't remember. And then they had to get face to face and... Two of the most recognizable theme songs of the mid-1990s. WWE's Big Five was Bret, Shawn, Razor, Diesel, and Taker. That was their starring cast. And it felt like for a few years there, WWE always had the top five. And then Razor and Diesel left, that changed things dramatically. Because Bret was gone too, so your top five had then shifted to Shawn and Taker. And I'd probably say Vader. Goldust. And probably Mankind. Something like that. Austin wouldn't even be a top fiver for another year. And so this match is apparently different because WWE was under new sponsorships and whatnot. So apparently they couldn't use the ladder as a weapon as much as they did at WrestleMania 10. Shawn. He's ready to come out dancing. Look at this gear he's wearing. Love it. Hey, boy toy. Okay, if Shawn goes over and hugs that girl, then maybe that is her. Hey, at WrestleMania 10, he walked under the ladder. Oh, this time he's always gonna climb up. That's a cool shot. That's a really cool shot. He's just a sexy boy, guys. Let's read some of these SummerSlam stats from Ryan from earlier. Thanks for the $10, dude. Looking up wrestlers' SummerSlam records, and man, Edge was 12-2, while Cena is 5-10. Bret was 7-4, but bet you can't guess what his final SummerSlam match was. What, Bret's? Yeah, 2010 in the tag. And he won that. Or was that an elimination tag? Does that count as a win or a loss? Probably counts as a win. Didn't they win? Daniel Bryan came back and all that? Unless he had one the next year. I don't think he did. I think Bret wrestled at SummerSlam 2010. Because I remember just being blown away that Bret Hart is in the ring having matches and Shawn Michaels is retired. I could not wrap my brain around that. Oh, thank you, Ray. Razor walked under, not Shawn. Oh, yeah, because Shawn goes like, and he walks around it. I was thinking Shawn did. Yeah, Razor did. Look at this thing. It's quite the elaborate setup here. All you should have to do is look at the thing it's hanging from. Get that thing on there tight. I cannot believe in all the years of ladder matches, we've had some close calls, but we haven't had like a full-blown botch. Like if the wrong guy accidentally comes down with the title or something when they're up there fighting for it. I don't like how that's... Nope. Fix that. Did you see how they hung the belt? It's like upside down. They got to... Look at it. Look at that. They need to lower that and fix it. They're discussing it now. Look. Fix that, you idiot. Look how that's going to fall off. Earl and Jack Doan, the two of you, putting your brains together, that's how you hung that up there? Yeah, thank you, Shawn. Tell him bring back down. He hung it up wrong. Lower it down. Who's in charge of the lower thing? Who's got the button? How long does it take to get word to lower the stupid... Shawn's getting frustrated. They are probably giving it to those... Shawn's pissed at the referees. He's like, you fucking morons. There we go. Shawn's going to fix it himself. Yeah, there you go. Get back. I kind of forgot that even happened. Or didn't know, one or the other. But I love that Shawn was like, get the fuck out of here, Jack Doan. I will do it. That's all he had to do. God, they're so dumb. So dumb. Shawn always loved Earl, so I'm thinking he's blaming Jack Doan for that one. Because Jack Doan kind of has an unlikable face. Oh, wow. They did a segment, or a sequence, a lot like that at the WrestleMania 10 one, but Shawn hit that kick. And that was before the super kick was really his finisher. And he nailed Razor with it, and he just went down. Dead center of Madison Square Garden. What a match. Spartan Sprinkles, thanks for the 5. My twins just turned 5. Dude, the Minnesota Twins are way older than 5. They've been around for decades, man. You gotta know your history. They stare at the screen whenever wrestling is on. In my head, I'm like, that's right. My little meal tickers. Fall in love. Oh, children. I get it now. That's cool. And you got twins. That means 2. It means 2 diapers. What a man. Happy belated birthday to Twin Sprinkles. Are they both boys, both girls, fraternal, or identical? Or one boy and one girl? Or do you have one boy and a dog? Jesus, Sean. Launched. Yeah, Sean, Linda, you're right. Sean was transitioning out of the mullet. And I remember a few months later at Survivor Series, it's still there, but he's working on it. And then he has the match with Owen, right, on Raw, and he gets knocked out of action with the post-concussion syndrome, whatever the fuck it's called. And I remember when it was announced that he was going to be in the Royal Rumble, he was going to return after they thought he was going to retire, and they did the Tell Me a Lie video and all this sappy shit. And then he shows up in like a promo, a pre-tape. Oh my God. That was a bad landing on that suplex. And Sean shows up, and he's got his hair, like, parted down the side of his face. You couldn't even see the ponytail behind him. And I'm like, did Sean cut his hair? But no, it's the front where the mullet part is, or the business part, is starting to get longer, and eventually he would get it all to one length. But that transition period from right now all the way until, like, basically WrestleMania 12, he was working on getting that mullet looking right. Or fixed, I should say. Razor's Edge, man, Sean's up there. Nope. Could have broken his leg, broken his ass, too. I mean, he came right down on his ass. That's how you break your tailbone, which I would imagine sucks. Oh, he's going to kick him. Oh, fall-away slam from the second rope. Nailed him. It was the mid-90s. We all looked terrible. Yeah. Sometimes I see pictures and some of the shirts I'm wearing. I'm like, what the fuck was going on? When I was in high school, it was all about like the Tommy Hilfiger shirts and all that. And you had to have Tommy Hilfiger, so everybody was wearing. You should see the outfit I'm wearing when I went to a show in '96. If I can find it, I'll show you. Hilarious. Hilarious. Oh, so there's Sid watching, who was supposed to get this match. Oh, Sean went for the baseball slide and missed. Fix the apron. Nope.
in the nick of time. Okay, come on, Sean. You're rooting for Sean to win. No, I don't care.
Oh, it's Doc that says it. Doc's out there now filling in for Lawler. I forgot about that. So at some point, Doc Hendricks says, I wonder how Bret Hart is. He might have already said it. And that's what I heard that night. Because I don't think there's another match after this other than the main event. This has got to be it. He has an ankle. He has 2 ankles. Up, Sean's ass is showing to the live crowd, but not to the hard cam, unfortunately. It's a full moon. Ugh.
I don't know, but Shawn Michaels really wrenched his knee as Razor yanked him off the ladder. Now it's Razor's turn. Look at this. Razor, what's he gonna do?
Oh. Stomping his leg. There you go. Unbelievable. This is when WWE was using actual real store-bought ladders. Not the 3D printed nonsense they're doing now or whatever's going on there with those ladders.
Michaels in big trouble now. Shawn Michaels, ladies and gentlemen, coming to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Come on, Razor. You just said come on, Shawn.
Be right. I'm going to go get another cold one.
Unfortunately for Shawn Michaels, and Razor alone with his aggressive tactics, receiving a few boos here from this capacity crowd.
Yeah, Razor's getting a few boos. God. So we're getting a lot less use out of the ladder this time around, but Razor's doing a pretty good job damaging Shawn's leg with this thing.
Trying to hit Shawn Michaels. Razor alone to make sure that Michaels would not be able to climb the ladder. Oh no, here it comes. Nice scoop.
Oh. Shawn just beat, or Razor just beating up his friend here. Nice. Spartan sprinkles. $5. Fraternal girls. One is an athlete, one is an artist. I don't pressure them into watching, but they always stop to see the women's shiny entrances. Yeah, I bet. If the athlete becomes a wrestler, the artist can help create their gear. See, there you go. You got a whole fucking career path set for both of them. Razor and Sid had a match. They had a match on Raw. I remember because Sid jumped through Razor's pyro. It was right around this time. And Razor's there doing his pyro. It's all going behind him. And Sid runs through the flames and attacks Razor from behind. And then they would have a match here in a couple of months where Sid would beat him when 1-2-3 Kid turned heel. So they wrestled a couple times. Unless that match where Sid jumped through the pyro, unless that wasn't a match and he just did a run and an attack, I don't really remember. I thought it was a match, though. But then the one they would have, it was supposed to be for the Intercontinental Championship. So that would have been after October, because Shawn would get beat up by the cheerleaders, forfeit to Dean Douglas in October in your house. Razor would win it. And so that's when that was. Yeah, Sid was supposed to have a title match against Razor with 1-2-3 Kid as the referee, and Gorilla Monsoon smelled something fishy, and he changed it to a non-title match. And then Kid turned heel and fast-counted Razor. It might have been November, because Kid was freshly turned heel by Survivor Series, so that's when that all happens with Sid. And I'm pretty sure they were on opposite sides at the Survivor Series, so they wrestled plenty of times. James Krause knocking back a Rolling Rock. I did drink a couple of Rolling Rocks when I was in my 20s, but I haven't had one since. But cheers to you. I got my 805, which is about the same type of beer. Yours might be a touch stronger, honestly. I think mine's only a 4.5 or 5. Doesn't even say. I don't know what it is.
17 months ago, it was Razor Ramon and Shawn Michaels. The ladder match in Madison Square Garden. It was Razor Ramon the victor. And it appears as though there will be
Oh,
the same result here.
stomp to the groins or the inner thigh or side of the knee. Is this where Razor just drops on him? Yeah, he's just going to drop and tip it over on him. Watch. Oh. I always like Razor when he will. Oh, well, Chico. That's the brakes, man. Sometimes a ladder falls on you. Oh, yeah, right. Yeah, that's right. Remember, I have half the brain that you do. They had some WCW run-ins, too. I have half the brain that you do. Yeah, we know. That's why Razor and Diesel were more successful at getting themselves over than you were. They had a better knack for that. It's the greatest match I've ever seen. Doc Hendricks, another perfect example, just like Medusa or whoever. Can't bring in Michael Hayes. Got to bring in Doc Hendricks. Which is just so stupid. Although I did like, I was kind of a mark for the Action Zone. The studio show that they did with Todd and Doc. And they kind of had their podiums there, and they would run through the week's results and news and do stuff. I really liked that setup. And it was way too short-lived for me. Like, I enjoyed watching that show. I wish they would have kept it longer. It's kind of just a belly to back from the middle of the ladder there. Nothing too special. Oh, it's got to be here. Oh, yeah, you got me beat. I am 4.7, according to this. It's a blonde ale. I am but a simple man, and I don't need to drink anything too fancy. James Krause, are you sure your last name is not Rolf? Isn't it weird for somebody who knows jack shit about video games, I somehow know who that is? Oh, nice. There you go, Sean. Finally on the offensive here. Doc on commentary of Vince is not a great combo. He's on moonsault. This is a clip WWE's used many times. That's not the only one he does. Shawn jumps off the top of this at some point, doesn't he? No water in the pool. Which was, oh, he's going to do it now. Which, at WrestleMania 10, he only jumped off like the second rung from the top. And even though that was a beautiful shot of him coming down with a splash, it wasn't from that high up. Just slightly higher than the top rope. But this is all kinds of crazy. Standing on top of a ladder like that, would be hard enough to do on solid ground. Much less a goddamn trampoline. Easily the best match of the card. This single match is better than all the other matches combined. If you take all the good spots out of every good match, I still don't think it's as good as this. This is a really weak-ass SummerSlam, man. And there's Shawn with his moonsault. God, that's got to be hard to do. He's going to go upstairs. Crazy. Missed. I mean, Razor's got the height advantage here by a lot. No, Shawn's wore these tights before. There's actually a match that exists between him and Hunter Hearst Helmsley where I think he's wearing blue. A retaliation. But yeah, Shawn wouldn't bust out the blue very often. They look good on him, though. Oh, they tried to double crotch themselves. It wasn't that great. They sort of accomplished it. Oh, really? The dude in the front, in the pink, was there for the retirement match, huh? Oh, September 11th. That's right. That's when Sid and Shawn had the match. And I think that was a special Raw because Nitro on their first night, I believe was like September 5th or September 4th of 95, and they were unopposed. So the Raw after next, yeah, I think it was unopposed. Pulling up 90-95 on my phone. Oh, that was ugly. Yeah, September. So yeah, Nitro debuted on the 4th. Raw on the 11th, the following week, was Shawn and Sid. And that was also the night on Nitro where Bischoff first gave away the results of Raw. And I'll never forget, he goes, Shawn Michaels knocked out the big guy with a super kick that he couldn't earn a green belt with at a local YMCA. I will never forget that quote because I'm like, what a little prick that fucking guy is. Oh, he made an instant enemy out of me that night. I'm like, fuck this twerp. I was so offended. I was freshly turned 18, and I was mad. Yeah, at the Slammies, this match won Match of the Year. At the Slammies at WrestleMania. And Razor was not there. And Shawn had to accept by himself. Okay, we got 2 ladders. Dos ladders. That means 2 ladders in Spanish. Yeah, Ben, this match was originally Shawn and Sid for the title. Gorilla changed it. Oh, Shawn's got his leg hooked. He's going to block the Razor's Edge, or is he? No, he's not. Down he goes. Loving that the crowd is loving this. Yeah, so the first week of the war, it was the first time Bischoff, and on week 1, Bischoff is giving out those results. The very first week. Because I think tomorrow night on Raw, in 1995, the next night, they tape. Most likely. They probably run Raw live Monday night, and then they tape the following, or the September 11th show, which will have Shawn and Razor, or Shawn and Sid, because that was a taped event, and Bischoff gave away the results. So that Shawn and Sid match, I think, takes place the following night, but it doesn't air until September 11th, 2 weeks later. I could be wrong about that, but that's the way I feel like it likely went. They probably did a double taping or a quadruple taping the next night. And there's that championship. God, that's a pretty looking title. That title's going to be more front and center on my next setup. I'm down to my last 3 months in this house. So I'm going to have a whole new setup in the new place, and it's probably going to be a lot smaller, and I'm going to have a little more like kind of condensed type of thing. I'll probably have a shelf behind me with some belts and some bullshit. Probably get rid of the videotape wall and do a little simplified setup. I bought a green screen, but I don't think I'm going to use it. I think I'd rather have a human background behind me than some cheaply made bullshit. Razor's touching it. Shawn super kick him. Boom. Down goes Razor. Shawn, you're kind of out of position here. He jumps. That's not going to work. Even if you got to unhook it. Ask Jack Swagger how hard it is to unhook some shit. You can't just jump. Always radio. Yeah, Shawn owned that belt in the 90s just like Perfect did in the 80s, although Perfect also owned it in the 90s because he didn't win the Intercontinental title until the 90s. He held it from like 90 and 91. A couple years there. But it looked great on him. I think Perfect really only had one good year with the championship. Summer of 90 or early or late spring of 90 to summer of 91. Probably a year and 4 months-ish. Oh, no, Shawn! That fan. So I feel like that's a legitimate botch. I think Shawn thought he was going to be able to rip it off, and now he's mad, and he's got to redo the spot. Razor is... There. I feel like that finish was supposed to be Shawn just kind of pulling the belt down. I don't know why he was insistent on doing that. Just unhook it. Unhook the snaps. Razor attacking Shawn. Oh, no, he's gonna give the belt to him. Don't worry, Razor. A couple more months, you'd have that belt back. Shawn's going to run his mouth in a bar and get the absolute snot kicked out of him. And you're going to win the belt back. There you go. The click for life, baby. Looks good with that belt, doesn't he? I mean, if I were to go pull that belt off the wall and hold it here, I don't want to do that because I don't want to outshine Shawn, you know, and look sexier than him. But no, I'm kidding. I don't think I would look as good as him. That belt just goes perfectly with Shawn, even more so than the Winged Eagle. I think Shawn looked better with the IC than with the Eagle. Bad. Slang. Proper. So this is going to kick off the Douglas Razor feud right here.
I think tonight here at SummerSlam, the entire world sat in awe and saw exactly why the bad guy, Razor Ramon, is called the bad guy.
Because he's bad.
For just a second, there is a slang or a street use of the word bad, but we'll not go with that one because that means good. Instead, let's go with the proper definition of what bad is all about, because it means failure to extend.
Yo, Chico, Teacher Meng.
Some bookworm telling the bad guy how to fight. No, wait, all you've done so far is talk, man. No, wait, just 1 second. You got no right to...
Be a good shoot fight. I think Scott Hall could take Shane Douglas in a fight.
Now just wait 1 second there, my friend. Wait 1 second. This is a classroom and we don't need any violence here. That's what I thought.
Poor Douglas was just no match for the Clique. These guys were in charge. Come on, Chico. You want some more, man? You bookworm? Come on, bookworm. So Shawn, right out of the ladder match, boom, right into his next program. Oh, please. Ugh. God, 1995. Getting nightmares. All right, finally, main event. Mercifully, we're here. That's right. Douglas is from Pittsburgh. Yeah, Linda, I forgot. I always kind of felt bad for him. I just felt like no matter where he went, the Clique was there too. I mean, in WCW, to his credit, he did stay behind. He could have gone with the Radicals and stuff, but he stayed. He could have gone to a Clique-free environment. Because Shawn was out of the ring by that point. And he stayed where Hall and Nash were. Or at least Hall. Or at least Nash. So we know the Bulldog is in the building. Owen and Mabel got title shots at SummerSlam. Bret Hart had to wrestle Doink after he won King of the Ring.
Something people are talking about the Royal Plan. Let me tell you something. I don't know if it was a smash from Davey Boy Smith or Big Mabel dropping those legs on Big Daddy Cool. But Diesel's gone and Big Daddy Cool's alive. You want to play knights in shining armor? I'm gonna get a medieval on you, baby.
Prime Nash. He's a good-looking guy, isn't he?
All right, indeed he will. And I would suggest to you that the time.
He's very big and he's very sexy. Matter of fact, I think that would be like a cool nickname for him. Instead of Big Daddy Cool, he should call himself Big Sexy because he's big and sexy. Get it? I'm a genius. I come up with the best names. I loved his theme. I hated the straight truck motor, but like when it turned to the what I called the Roseanne theme, I really loved. What is this, a harmonica? Is that what that is? Like I liked it. I haven't rocked this in my car in a while. It's probably been like 25 years. Maybe I'll throw on some WWE Full Metal next time I'm in the whip. Blast some Diesel theme through my Bose speakers. Rock out. It's the Roseanne theme. That's what I call it. Diesel had the Roseanne theme. All we need is her disgusting laugh at the end of it. Look at Mabel grabbing the belt. That ain't yours, son. As close as you're going to get to it. And he just throws it down. Mabel, you chia pet looking motherfucker. Like, I like that Mabel didn't even, like, transition into heel clothes. I mean, his colors are a little darker. They're black and gold and purple now, where maybe it was a little less colorful, but still, he's still wrestling in a parachute. And I kind of like the footage we saw of him at that parade or whatever the hell it was, where he just had that black hat, black chain, black shirt, black... He'd look badass in that. Mabel will make a couple of missteps here in this match. I know he like sits down on Diesel and kind of injures him. And then he would break the Undertaker's orbital bone a couple months after this in a match that also included Diesel. It's crazy that in 8 months' time, Diesel would be debuting on the very show that hasn't even debuted yet, which is or Kevin Nash anyway, or Scott Hall, I should say. And then Nash came in slightly after that. Just nuts. I wonder if at this time Nash was thinking, like, I might make the jump. My contract's up in 5 months. I wonder if it's already in his head. A scoop slam? No. I don't remember that story. I had never heard that Mabel was supposed to win here. I doubt the validity of that. I don't know what your source is. Maybe it's somebody that was there and that knows, but I don't think so. I don't think Mabel was going to win. But I could be wrong. I think Vince was still happy with Diesel power. But then again, you know, the decision to kind of abruptly out of nowhere just transition to Bret. Like I've talked about how that came together on that Monday Night Raw when Gorilla was like, yeah, Bret's going to get a title shot at Survivor Series. I'm like, oh. So, you know, maybe it's similar like to the Vader situation. You know, because Vader, the next year, was supposed to win the title and hold it to Survivor Series. So you might be confusing it with Vader. But I never heard anything about Mabel. I doubt with Diesel and Shawn's political power, they would have even allowed that to happen. I'm not dropping the title to him, Vince. Don't make me call you from a Stuckey's at a Holiday Inn and complain. Or whatever the story is when they phoned up Vince. There you go. Mabel was going to win, but they found out he was planning to jump ship to beat the third man. That wasn't quite in the works yet, but that would have been funny if he was. King of the Ring 95 sucks. I think we watched it last year, right, Barry? Oh, good. They're going to stay with us to the max. They've called the cable stations, and they've gotten permission to run 4 minutes under their time. pay-per-views, man. They could only go 245 in those days. And it was a relatively hard out. Like, they couldn't go. I think they might have had 15-minute grace to the top of the hour, but they never exceeded it. Sometimes they go 249, 250, but they never surpassed 3 hours. It was always 245. Oh, no turnbuckle pad. That cover. This is it. Oh, damn, right on his ass, too. I thought he sat down more on the small of the back, but he was kind of on his ass, or that fucking had to hurt. Because I think Diesel said something like he spread out his abdominals or something when he landed on him like that, and he had some sort of injury that I guess he worked through. Ryan, yeah, I did see that Drew is stuck overseas and can't get back to the U.S. Luckily, SummerSlam's a week away, so I'm hoping something can get worked out. But if that Orton and Jelly Roll match gets fucked up because of McIntyre's passport issues, that would be pretty funny. I would hope the WWE's got enough power to get him over here. It's stuff you don't really think about living over here. You know, a lot of the international talent, you know, that has work visas or travels over here or whatever, you know, they can sometimes run into problems, and we've seen that before. We've seen people stuck in their country for a couple of months working out their shit. Oh.
Let's go back and show you some of the action we saw earlier on. If we still have it. Mabel coming down with it's 568 pounds. A moment ago we saw Mabel, I think, deliberately ram into the official. Look at the Mo's in the ring. The official's on the outside.
Mo was in the ring. Oh, God. Yeah, look more on his ass. Look at this. We got Mo in there. Fucking Sir Mo. Here we go. Who's coming? Is it Luger? It's Luger in a USA shirt. And I remember thinking, I'm like, okay, Luger's there. That means he's staying. Because I remember thinking he was going to WCW. So I was really happy that he showed up here. I'm like, okay, maybe Luger's sticking around. But he would not. There's a leg drop. Ouch, Jesus. So Luger came in and got taken out. This is the part I remember seeing through the scramble. I remember being able to tell that Luger was wearing a red, white, and blue shirt because I got just enough of a glimpse of him doing that spot right there, running off Mo. So again, there's another talent, even though he's on his way out the door, but Yoko, Owen, Bam Bam, Luger, all missing from action on this show, and they all should have been there in my mind. And Bulldog. Should have done a Bulldog-Luger match and had Bulldog beat him on the way out the door. Why didn't they do that? They should have booked Bulldog versus Lex and had Bulldog beat him with help from Jim Cornette, who shows up and joins Davey as his manager. That's what you do. And then Luger can go to WCW. Let him go. I mean, Diesel's not going to be able to jackknife him, so... So that's what it is? That's going to be the finish, eh? Beat him with a shitty second rope clothesline. What a terrible main event to put at your second biggest pay-per-view of the year. I would have done a rematch. I would have given Razor Ramon a title shot. I would have kept Shawn and Sid, and instead of Razor and Shawn, I would have done Razor and Diesel, two friends in the main event, and allowed Diesel to get his win back from the previous year when he lost the Intercontinental title to him. So I would have booked Lex and Davey. I would have booked Shawn and Sid the same, and I would have booked Razor and Diesel in the main event against each other as a rematch from the previous year's SummerSlam, only one notch up for the title. Diesel wins. I would have put Yoko and Owen on the card somewhere. I would have gotten rid of Skip and Horowitz. And probably Holly and Hunter too. So yeah, man. We did it, guys. We watched SummerSlam 1995, finally. We got to it. What a bad one. But I want to thank you guys for being here with us tonight. It was fun, as always. Right, Vince believed Luger was on a handshake, that Luger wasn't jumping. But, man, I've told the story before. Like, I used to call these, like, hotlines and stuff, and there was, like, a free local one that was, like, in the phone book, and you could get, like, recaps of soap operas, movie reviews, all sorts of weird shit, and they would have wrestling on there, too. You had to, like, punch in a code. One of my buddies told me about it. And I remember calling and listening to the report, and the person that did the report, and this is, like, 2 weeks before this, before SummerSlam, and he's like, the belief is that Lex Luger may already be in WCW. And then right after that is when the Raw happens where Davey turns heel. And Davey on the mic says that Luger is in Atlanta. He was in Atlanta doing something else, but that's where WCW is headquartered. And I remember thinking, Luger's going to WCW. Shit, that's why they're turning Davey heel. And then when Luger turned up at SummerSlam here, I was like, oh, maybe he's sticking around. And then he showed up on that first Nitro just 8 days later. What an asshole. Anyway, fun times back in 1995. I want to thank you guys for hanging out with us again this evening. The plan is, I should be up here for Raw tomorrow because it's the SummerSlam Go Home Raw. So there will probably be some things going down on the show. Plus, they will probably have another tribute or at least a replay of the video package at least. Don't know if they're going to do the 10-bell salute again. Probably not, but they might. And they're probably going to have some tributes to Hogan throughout the show, I'm sure. And the final push to get to SummerSlam. So anyway, that's it for us tonight. Thank you so much, guys. If you haven't hit the thumbs up button, if you don't mind doing that on your way out the door, I would appreciate it. And I will catch y'all tomorrow night for the Monday Night Raw review. Peace.